Hey, Matt Morris, welcome to the Unemployed Millionaire Show, coming to you from Puerto Vallarta. Sunny, beautiful day. Some friends of ours, we rented out about a 15,000 square foot villa here on the beach. Been enjoying the pool, hanging out. Got a couple different bars here, 8 people, kind of waiting on us. So having a blast, and I wanted to record a quick show. Let's see where you guys can see me okay. That I think can be one of the most impactful shows that I've ever recorded. And so this is something I would definitely recommend you share it around and send it out to some people, because and here's the theme of the show. The theme of the show is you're afraid. I know you're afraid. In fact, I know you're afraid because I've been afraid. In certain areas of my life, I'm afraid as well. And, rather than hide from the fear or lie about it and say, I've got no fear, I'm fearless, let's just be real with each other. And the reality is there's this natural instinct, it's a protection mechanism that fears the unknown, that fears something that's different. And it goes back to, caveman days. Anytime there's something that comes along in your life, if it's an unknown, you're naturally a little bit fearful, because again, it's just not known. And so what happens is, it's a lot of the reasons why for so many people network marketing can be a struggle. In fact, the number one challenge that I believe we have as network marketers is getting people over the fear of rejection, over the fear of what other people think about you. And the reality is, what we're all conditioned to believe is that we should go to school, get good grades, get a college degree, get a good job, and work the 40-40-40 plan, 40 hours a week for 40 years of our life. We get to retire and then live on 40% of what we could barely live on when we were working. And so what happens is, when people get introduced to network marketing, it's an alternate universe. It's an alternate reality for them. It's like, wow, I could actually be an entrepreneur. The challenge is they haven't been trained, they haven't been brought up, they haven't been conditioned to be an entrepreneur. And so what happens is the protection mechanism kicks in, and they end up being fearful of it. And even if you think about when you first got going in network marketing, maybe you had some conscious fear, maybe you didn't. Even if you didn't have a conscious fear, you had a subconscious fear of the unknown, because it was different. It was out of the ordinary. And anytime something's out of the ordinary, we just naturally have the fear. And so, I'm not going to get into how to help other people overcome the fear. You can, tag people in this video, and, they can get some value from this. But here's what I want you to get is, whether you're conscious to it or not, you've got some fear. And so chances are, if you're the kind of person who's watching my videos, you're sold out on network marketing. You see it as your future. But nonetheless, there's still a fear that's going to kick in. It's the fear of really going all in. It's the fear of contacting literally everyone that you know. It's the fear of, putting yourself out there. And it's instinctual again. So here becomes the question. If it's instinctual, if it's, bred inside us to naturally be fearful of the unknown, even if we see the desire, if we have a lot of desire and we see, wow, this could be so much better of a situation. I could own my life. I could have time freedom. I could travel around the world. The fear is still there. So what's the best way to do this? And I started thinking about this and going back to the, hundreds of books that I've read and all the seminars that I've been through and, Tony Robbins events and, what were the things that I did to get over the fear? And here's what really worked for me in a very big way is I had to make the fear of remaining the same far outweigh the fear of change. And see, it's a quote I heard years ago that said, when the fear of remaining the same outweighs the pain of change, then one will change. And so that's what I think you should think about is, what if you don't do this? What if you keep doing what you're doing right now? What's your life going to look like in 5 years? What's your life going to look like in 10 years? How are you going to feel 10 and 20 years from now? How are you going to feel when you're on your deathbed, when you're finishing your life and you never had the courage to make a change, to step out on faith and to actually go build something big, to go experience time freedom, to make a difference in the lives of other people? What is that pain going to feel like? And I would encourage you to increase that. Turn up the pain knob. you know, and just really think about it, because that's what it took for me. Is, you know, I luckily in my adult life, I've only been in, you know, corporate America for about a 2-year time frame, and even when I was making good money and I had good benefits and I had, you know, my 2 weeks vacation and weekends off and nights free and all that, there was no juice of life, and I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. I was working to make a living, and then I was trying to, you know, fulfill myself with watching TV and drinking beer and partying on the weekends. And I finally, you know, it was like enough is enough. When I finally got laid off, I said, I'm gonna make this pain of being laid off and the pain of what I've been through for the last 2 years be so great that whatever pain I have to go through to experience freedom is gonna be tiny in comparison to, you know, the pain of having to stay in that corporate position forever. And so, you know, I don't have a formula for you. Maybe I'll create it, I'll write a book on it or something, but think about that pain and just realize that what you really want lies outside your comfort zone. So I'm not saying don't have fear. I'm saying do have fear, but have fear of your current situation. Have a huge fear of remaining the same, because the pain year by year by year will just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger until you decide to just jump out and experience the pain of change. Experience the pain of change, and I will promise you that it will be tiny. You'll look back on it years later when you're traveling around and, you know, experiencing everything that life truly has to offer. The pain will be like nothing. You'll think, wow, I can't believe it took me so long to actually make the decision to make that change. So hopefully this added some value for you. If you feel like it can add some value to some others, definitely feel free to tag them in the post, share it around. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, hop over to mattmorris.com, put your name and email address in, and you'll get a special training series from me, and you'll get these videos in your inbox every single week. So appreciate you tuning in. Go make life an adventure.